Hey guys, we want to introduce a new sponsor to the podcast, J4Flowerhorns.com. If you're looking for the most amazing flower horn, go no further than the award-winning flower horns at J4Flowerhorns.com. Get a piece of the extreme in your tank. You'll see breathtaking flower horns that you've never seen before. For those that don't know, the ball on the front of the flower horn is a cock, so get some monster cock. Use promo code AquariumGuys at checkout for 10% off amazing award-winning flower horns, only found at J4Flowerhorns.com. Guys, one more note before the podcast. We are growing as a podcast, but one of our main editor of the podcast had to step down, Scrapjaw. He's done a fantastic job. He's been editing the podcast episodes since I think around episode 20, and he had some life circumstances. And number one, we want to thank Scrapjaw for his dedication and hard work, but also know that there is a editing job. If anybody's available, certainly email us at the bottom of the website, aquariumguyspodcast.com. We'd love to get your applications. It's again very part-time thing to edit episodes, so certainly contact us. No experience required. Can't wait to see the applications, guys. We're happy to train. Let's kick that podcast.
Welcome to the Aquarium Guys podcast.
All right, Jimmy.
Yes.
Time.
It's time for what?
Out of the Tank series that people love so much.
Really?
So
what are we going to do?
We've done Out of the Tank series for a bunch of different topics that are on the fringe of the hobby. This is our most fringiest of fringe topic.
We've done some fringiest shit.
We've done some fringy shit, but this is going to be some, top fringy shit.
Cool.
So
we just lost half our listeners just now.
Instantly. So if you think, we got a couple people that message us with some, tasteful reviews because they don't understand that we have fun episodes and we have informational episodes. So if you're listening, this is not an informational episode. If you want to have a deep dive on some fish topic or, think you can learn more about fish, this is not that episode besides the first couple minutes answering questions.
I've got some great stuff today, and go ahead with what you got there.
Well, first of all, I'm Rob Zolson.
Hey, I'm Jim Colby.
And I'm Adam Elnashar.
So today, for the topic that we're going to have, I'll introduce our guest in a minute. I've had multiple people, message us that we should do an episode covering some topics about the extremities that people go through for their pet hobby, what they do to really represent the fish community. And also, in another camp, I've had people message me, you should do something for people that are affected by COVID. Because people think that fish stores were greatly affected by COVID, and they were. Their sales went up. So
that's pretty accurate. If they could have got stuff, they could have sold even more.
So to try to hit two birds with one stone, I was watching some advertisements on Facebook, like I absolutely never do, and a video pops up while I'm taking a shit.
Okay, that's more information than we need.
On your phone when you're swiping up and you don't know what the hell's going on, and suddenly you remember that your volume was on and it just starts blaring music. That's kind of what happened, but it caught my attention.
Yeah.
This fine gentleman next to us, Smokin' Joe, how are you?
Oh, I'm doing very well. I'm warmed up now.
All warmed up?
All warmed up.
It's what, 32 below this morning?
Yeah, I mean, I guess it was only, maybe 18 below in Minneapolis.
Well,
so it was a heat wave over there.
I'm thankful you got to unstick your balls from the metal cushion.
Yes, absolutely.
Right.
I'm glad you two are close already.
I put on some real jeans and went out of the house today. So
yeah, we touched tips earlier. You missed.
I don't want to know about this.
Bonding rituals.
No, that's why I always come late.
Joe's advertisement, which you guys have probably heard a few episodes before, came up, and I was just like beside myself. Number one, the ingenuity of what you're doing, sir, during COVID is fantastic. And if you haven't listened to it, well, again, I think the ad's on the front of this podcast. Otherwise, go to the episodes before, and you'll hear Smokin' Joe's advertisement on making you a pet song. Specifically for your fish.
A song for your pet. About your pet.
About my pet.
About your pet.
Right. So you can find... After this, I'm gonna pay this gentleman next to us because number one, he's on the hustle, right? I'm gonna make him write a song about Jimmy wasting $8,000 in the getting started with the hobby. So it'll be great.
He doesn't have a song about you killing a $800 marijuana.
You see, look at all the options we can do with this gentleman.
we can make
Or
an
the
opus.
stingray that choked to death on food.
right?
Yeah.
See,
That's how I figured you'd
That's
go.
a song right there.
right? Or a gentleman getting stung by venomous creatures.
That's funnier yet.
Either way,
That is funny.
It is.
we have a gentleman to write us a song. So I just got so many questions for you, but let's put a pause on that,
Yeah,
Joe.
I got
All right?
we got all the time.
Thank you for coming. We'll get a deep dive. We'll interview you a bit, and then have our little concert.
Yes, I'll play
Yes.
some tunes.
Hell yes. So, Jimmy, what do you have before we get into questions?
Well, I came across a really interesting article. Excuse me. And I sent it to you and Adam, and no response.
totally read it. It was hilarious.
You didn't read it. You didn't even know what's a Cracker Barrel.
It's the most delicious place to get breakfast because Denny's sucks ass.
Okay, so here's an article that came out,
And
this past
ironically
weekend.
racist. How did it not get canceled by
Yeah. Denny's is racist as hell. I
No.
wouldn't even say that.
Cracker Barrel is racist.
What about Sambo's?
Oh, Cracker
Sambo's is
Barrel.
racist.
Is it?
Oh yeah.
Well, I mean, we have KFC, so it's delicious that way, apparently.
So anyway, I just wanted to read you this because when I read this, I chuckled the whole thing through. And I read it to my wife while we were driving this weekend, and I read it to her, and she had several questions. But so anyway, this is out of the New York Post, and the headlines are: Teen reunites with his pet rooster after losing it at an Alabama Cracker Barrel. All right, it was a happy ending for the teen and his chicken. A Mississippi teen was recently reunited with his pet rooster after it went missing in the parking lot of a Cracker Barrel in Alabama. Imagine that. So Thomas Ramsey, he's an 18-year-old guy. He was headed home from a Civil War reenactment in Spring Hill, Tennessee.
This is the best part.
And he stopped for lunch at a Cracker Barrel in Cullman, Alabama with his friends and his rooster. And the rooster's name is Peep. I love it, Peep. This is on January 31st. So Ramsey told the outlet he left the rooster on a leash tied to his truck, as he's done many, many times before.
And then he drove off?
No.
Oh,
no.
okay. Just want to make
It's
sure.
not that movie. And he went inside to the restaurant with his friends. When the group returned to the car an hour later, Peep was gone. The frickin' chicken was gone. So he went back into the Cracker Barrel, and this is him quoting. It says, "It was very hard for me to say this with a straight face, even though I was panicking. I said to the Cracker Barrel, 'Do you have a camera in the parking lot? I think someone stole my chicken.'" Now, every time we
Surprised
go
it wasn't eaten or fried.
to Cracker Barrel, my wife has chicken and dumplings. I'm just telling you that right now. So anyway, he drove around the area several times looking for Peep, and even checked a local farmer's chicken coop with no luck. Like maybe Peep was over there hanging out with some
Well,
other
sure.
chickens.
Well, sure.
So fortunately, about 30 minutes away from his home, Ramsey received good news that a man found Peep in the parking lot of the Cracker Barrel he visited earlier. Farmer John Watson drove with Peep all the way to Birmingham, where the rooster was reunited with Ramsey. And the farmer John Watson said, "I believe in paying it forward." And he told the Cullman Times, because it made the newspaper, of course, he goes, "Yes, it was just a chicken, but it was his, and he clearly cared for it." And I just thought, what a wonderful story, that somebody got reunited with their chicken, and it's still alive and not on a frickin' plate.
I'm just glad I'm not the only one that lost my cock at Cracker Barrel.
Hey-oh.
Oh, boo. So that was from the New York
You
Post.
still haven't found it.
Yeah, it's still tiny.
Lost my cock at Cracker Barrel. Sounds like a song.
Sounds like a song to me. No, that'd be a country western song, actually.
We have so much work for you after this episode.
I have done all the genres. It's insane. What are you talking about?
you country too?
I do, yeah.
Have you ever played country backwards?
Not
recently.
not
You know what happens when you play country music backwards?
what happens.
You get your truck back, you get your girlfriend back, you get your job back,
The dog.
get the dog back.
Yep, dog comes back.
Yeah, just educating. That's what we're here for, right?
And there goes 3 more country viewers.
I don't care. Long live
You
rock
brought
and roll.
him in.
Probably everybody down south is probably froze out because they don't know how to deal with cold weather.
Oh, wow.
100%.
Texas, what a
Did
work-
it snow or something in Texas?
Texas has got millions
8
of
inches
people
of snow.
and millions of people without power.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they're out.
And all kinds of poor people have lost their lives on the interstate because of the they can't drive on icy roads.
They haven't figured it out.
No, not that we're any better, but we have a little more practice.
Yeah, I mean,
Just a few years.
You'd think.
And all the natural gas pipelines are frozen solid
Yes. Yeah, I saw that also.
Really?
because they don't put them underground there.
No. And their second storm is coming through on Wednesday. So
Oh, wow.
if you're in Texas, good luck.
Have fun.
Have fun
We're just sitting up here 42 below. You guys can,
without a wind chill.
yeah, without
We
wind
can
chill.
deal with it.
So just for listeners, wind chill is measured by the temperature with the miles per hour average of the wind, and then gives you the FU temperature. The FU temperature was somewhere around death. I don't remember what it quite was this morning.
It was a little bit lower than death.
Was it?
Yeah.
Okay. We don't measure temperature in Minnesota by degrees. We measure it by how fast your skin will die when it's exposed to the air.
I actually just
Pretty fast.
I recorded my F-bombs. The more F-bombs I hear during a day from everybody at work or everybody you meet on the street or whatever, that
I
tells you how
thought
cold.
F5 was only for tornadoes.
No, F5 is also for how cold it is.
Good to know.
Like, it's fucking cold outside.
See, like that.
Like that, yeah.
Except, thank you for the bleeps. So we have questions normally by listeners, but this one is more of like a statement. Rex wants to let you know that, is it just me, but if you listen to Adam, does he sound a bit like Andy Dick?
Really?
No,
I
don't think
actually
so.
had to listen to it. And
I don't like Andy Dick.
a little bit.
Does he really?
Yeah.
I feel like his voice is lower though. Like,
Yeah, right now. But when he gets excited, he sounds just like
I don't
Andy
know what
Dick.
Andy Dick sounds like when he's just a normal person. Like I don't know. I mean, in his movies, he has to his character, but is he like that? Like, does he actually talk like that?
I mean, they have like a bunch of his videotape and other stuff after the fact, or candid.
TMZ's got
And
all kinds of stuff on
He's
here.
way worse, apparently.
Wow.
Like,
He was in Star Trek.
way worse.
That was weird. Watching Star Trek and there's Andy Dick. Like, what's he doing here?
Was he an alien?
The first
No.
inclusion of gay people
I wish.
in Star Trek. Next actual question. Evan Porter says, "Hi, aquarium guys." Please bleep that last name, actually. So Aaron just says, "Hi, aquarium guys. I've been a dabbler in the hobby for a number of years, but stick to small freshwater tanks. Your podcast has not only been entertaining and informative, but truly an escape from all the negative news and content that seems escapable. Thank you for the refuge of the podcast. I want to set up a 5-gallon desktop aquarium at my office. It'll be hardscaped, planted with aqua soil. I'd like to set this up at my home first to fully cycle with plans to get started before transporting it to work. I have about an hour commute to work, and I'm concerned that transporting a damp tank may be detrimental to the bacteria biological filter. Your thoughts and suggestions are appreciated." So Erin was kind enough to put her number in the email. So, of course, I hate typing, so I just gave her a call. Got a hold of her, sweet lady,
And she said, stranger danger.
stranger danger.
Yeah, I hope so.
More like, oh, I was hoping to get Adam, damn it.
Yeah. We all are kind of hoping to get some man candy.
Right? So she explained more details, and she was concerned that if she drains the tank 100%, she'll lose the biological bacteria built up. She has a sponge filter, so I said just leave 25% water in the bottom if you can get by with it driving, on the interstate. If not, just put your sponge filter into a sealed container with water to maintain the cycle. So
Yeah, a pail or a plastic bag with a rubber band on it.
absolutely. Otherwise, it's rather fun trying to juggle a full container of aquarium water in your.
We've all
storage.
done it. It's not any fun.
Not fun.
It's doable.
Very doable.
Should we do the negative one?
Yeah.
It's so much fun.
People hate us. It's
This- Hey,
great.
It's
You got
coming
hate
with
mail?
an education thing. We got to go over hate mail too.
That's awesome.
we can't just leave out
That's
the
how
haters.
you know you're good.
So
if you have the time to send us hate mail, we'll read it.
honestly, that means they
Hell yeah.
they care enough to hate us. That's an honor in my opinion. So I have been listening.
What's his
about-
name? First name, last name,
Oh,
social security.
Matt. That's all I'll give you.
Matt. Okay.
I have been listening through the podcast and bouncing around for specific information. So, step one, he was bouncing. You got to go through the story. Start from 1, work your way up. And if you don't want to start from 1, start from episode 18.
Baby steps.
Right. So, mistake there. Next is I listened to the most recent episode.
There's a mistake.
Now, during this airing, the most recent episode when he messaged this was when Joe came on and did a deeper dive into shrimp.
Oh, we drank a lot of beer that night.
Yeah, there was a whole lot of shit going on. So mistake on us, right? We'll take that point. He said, "How useless. You guys aren't funny, especially when you try so hard. I want fish information, not half-assed Howard Stern BS.
What the? Fuck, look up Wikipedia.
Okay, there's only so many of us podcasters out that talk about fish, and out of us, everybody is so horrible dry. We try to bring some entertainment along with really valuable podcast guests. We bring PhDs on, specifics in field, business entrepreneurs. We're bringing big names of this shit here. But we got to have some fun in between. We have our story times. We're doing a concert today with Smoke and Joe.
Oh, hey.
I mean, we got to have some fun. So
he'll really hate this next one.
know that there's fun episodes and there's informational episodes.
That's right. This is like dating people.
This is like our ode to you.
It's like dating. The first couple of dates were serious, and then after that, we don't care anymore.
Right. So to finish the message, there was so little info about shrimp. I was disjointed that I got little info. Your early ones, even with the killifish episode, which is more recent, are so much more useful. Regards, Matt. So for those that didn't listen, and he didn't know this, we had a freshwater shrimp episode where we did an enormous dry deep dive. Very dry. There isn't a lot of information about shrimp. Shrimp is very new in the hobby compared to other species and is very coveted and no one
People
gives you
don't want to
secrets.
release any information.
So go to episode 14 for shrimp. And then the most recent one with Joe is answering specific questions that we didn't cover the first time around. Ones that we've submitted multiple times to us and we wanted to address with a professional in the room that happened to have a lot more fun than us.
And what's interesting, Joe and I get our shrimp from the same place. And one thing that he educated on me, I don't know if it was on the air or not, but when they're sending the shrimp, they're sending mostly males, wasn't it? I think he said
and antennas.
Yeah.
Pretty sure that was on air.
So,
Yeah.
They send out 90% males, and they're overseas in Taiwan where they're sending this stuff from. They are so good by just looking at these shrimp that they can actually just sex them as they're scooping up in your bag. So they keep all the females for themselves, of course, because they want to keep producing.
Or they'll send, he said that they'd also send
All females.
all males of one type and then all females of another type, but then usually they'd be pregnant, but not too pregnant. And it was really interesting. I didn't know you could sex them by their antenna.
Yeah. So, Matt, there you go. You just learned something. You can sex a shrimp by its antenna.
Looking
That sounds
good there.
Oh, yeah, that made him angry.
That's a hot shrimp. So, Matt, sorry that you feel this way.
We still love you, though, Matt.
Yeah, if you sent this, you cared. We sent you back a response. No hate to Matt. We need some Matts to make the podcast better. And if you're looking for more of those topics, we're going to be doing some. Again, we record these ahead of time, so we don't know what order you're going to get these in. But we're planning on doing a clownfish deep dive for the king of the guy that started Designer Clowns. We're going to be doing live food cultures, which apparently great demand. Facebook did their own poll in our group, and it's the #1 most requested podcast on the Facebook page. So got to get that through. And then, of course, we've now had a bunch of people give us recommendations for trophy cichlid guests. So more to come as always, but we're going to have fun ones in between. So kiss my ass.
Wow, you're kind of angry.
That's a little harsh.
No.
No.
I say that to all my buddies.
Yeah.
Right, Jimmy?
No, talk to me.
All right. Next question. Last one, I promise. So,
I'm learning a lot.
are you?
Yeah.
Jim's the brains of the whole thing. Rob's a dick.
And
Adam's a good looking one.
Adam's the sexy candy.
Well, you need,
that you can't even see.
It's good to have brains and looks and a dick.
That's
Well, thank
right.
goodness. Andre.
The giant?
Nope. Just Andre said, "Hi guys, love the show. I want to know if you guys had any advice on adding shrimp to my tank. I currently have 30-gallon tank. I have 11 neon tetras, 3 glow tetras, and 1 small Placo. Would it be possible to add shrimp to this tank? If so, what would be your recommendation and how many? By the way, I have blue gravel bottom, and I would like some cherry shrimp. If you guys have a chance to write back, that'd be sweet."
That'd pop.
I was thinking the same thing.
That'd pop nice.
Aesthetically.
Yeah.
Okay, so #1, you have blue gravel. You need to have a little
No.
no
Nobody
Breaking Bad figurine.
Nobody wants nobody wants clown puke.
No?
Nobody wants Breaking Bad figures. No.
Just the Breaking Bad figurines to match your meth soil. I think that'd be kind of cute.
No.
No. We've went
Help
over
the poor
this.
guy
It's a
out,
great
would you?
scape.
Oh.
As you said, cherry shrimp would pop nicely against the blue. Make sure that you're using Neo Cardinia, because Cardinia won't work without a lot of tender loving care and probably a softer substrate.
And put a bunch of shrimp in there because they'll get picked off.
Lots of hiding spots, maybe some Java moss.
Out
Yeah.
of the things that'll hit them, neons probably leave them alone. Glow light tetras. I don't know if they're glow light tetras, glow tetras. I don't know what type of tetras those are. But anything bigger than a neon tetra has risk of a couple getting hit. So get yourself a few.
Especially
Now,
babies.
Remember that adding a ton of shrimp does not add a ton of biological bacteria to a tank. So you have essentially 15 fish in a 30-gallon tank, and they're all schooling. Don't be afraid to, get a gaggle of shrimp in there.
I would start out with, seriously, this is me.
This is you.
I'd throw 50 in.
I mean, yeah.
But this is the guy, I've got 150 in a 20-gallon tank, and Joe goes, oh, that's not even crowded.
Yeah, Joe goes like, is that 2.5 gallons? We could do 350 easy.
Yeah.
So don't be afraid to just dump some cherry shrimp in there. If you lose a couple.
Well, no. Remember, Joe said don't dump them.
Oh yes, excuse me. Delicately go
Acclimate
through the
them.
process, acclimate,
Yeah.
quarantine, and then get it in there.
No dump and go.
No dump and
Yeah.
go.
Remember,
Make sure
he
that
said
tank's established.
Is that where you put them in the bag and then put the bag in the water? Like when
See,
That's all
this
I've ever
man
done.
doesn't have fish and he gets it.
He gets it.
High five, bro.
Hey.
High five.
Yes.
All
So
right.
yeah, do that and don't be afraid. And use promo code Aquarium Guys at checkout for joeshrimpshack.com.
Ask for a 6-inch cholla wood. He's
Yeah.
got lots of it.
Cholla Wood's great with blue gravel. and
Special
red shrimp.
thanks to our listener, Maverick, who has got us buried up to our waist in cholla wood.
Okay, we already have 2 cases of it, right? And now we're having another 150 pieces coming our way. I feel, Jimmy, hold on, listen to me here. For the fans, we need to put you, when it's warmer out, and just bury you in cholla wood naked. But then put only batches of cholla wood, all the cholla wood that we had for Maverick, covering up the most, unique areas.
It'd only take one little piece. I think we should just start them on fire and try to stay warm for the next week. It's so damn cold
Just
up here.
a cholla bonfire.
Or we should make a log cabin on a cholla wood. I think that would be cool.
6-inch pieces are kind of like big, giant, retarded Lincoln logs.
Right.
Oh, Lincoln logs. Yeah, let's build
Yeah,
some
you
stuff.
remember those?
I do.
Yes.
And what did I make you last week out of the cholla wood? I made you a very nice gift.
Yeah, you put plants in it.
I put Anubis plants in them and brought one over to Robbie and gave it to him and put it in his tank for him.
And as a very famous actor once said, you could put your weed in there.
No.
Speaking of plants,
Oh, don't start with me, Adam.
Jim learned something.
What did Jimmy learn?
Jim had an expensive lesson. How many times have I said in this program that you learn from other people's mistakes?
I learned from yours, Jim.
God damn.
What did you do?
So I've been cranking out guppies like an animal. We've been producing 100, 150 guppies a day, 7 days a week. And Adam figured this out for me because I still hadn't figured it out when I talked to Adam about it. So we are scooping, we have a 110-gallon fish pond. And inside that fish pond, we have 2 extra large pop-up hampers. And I keep 50 female guppies in each one. So I have 2 of them. So I have 100 female guppies in there. Like I said, we're collecting anywhere between 100 and 150 babies a day, not a week, but a day. And so these things are cranking. It's doing great. And last Monday, when I was late, I was at Schmelta Airlines,
Schmelta Airlines.
and I bought a whole bunch of plants. And right now, after we had that plant episode a while back, I thought, I'm going to start selling more plants. And so I've been importing Amazon sword plants, buying them for 55 cents a piece. They come in, they're 6 to 8 inches high, they're rooted. I put them in those little poly baskets that you see at the pet store, wrap them in some cotton fiber type material, and I sell them for $6 a piece, and I am selling tons of them. And these things grow so fast and do so well. So anyway, I brought some in last week. I was in a hurry when I came over here because I was running late. So I just took the plants and I threw them in my fish pond. And the next day, all my fish started dying.
Wait.
And they are still dying tonight. I've lost over 80 female guppies in a week's time. I'm losing 5 to 10 a day. And
can you, for the children that are going and not understanding how this works, why are they dying?
Adam figured it out.
I figured that they sprayed the plants with either an antibacterial agent or something to ship them over in order to get them through the
Customs.
COVID and everything else, customs.
That took you guys a while to
USDA.
figure out. That's a big thing. They spray all that shit.
But they don't from Florida.
No, because they don't have to.
Right. And so bringing in from Florida for years and years and years and years, throw them in the tank, they're fine. They don't have anything in the box saying that, to rinse them off or anything like that. Never heard.
No,
from
because
anybody.
they'll get more money from you the next order.
Yeah, I have to order female guppies now from them. No, I'm not
There you
going
go.
to. So anyway, very expensive mistake. I'm going to have to start over. I've got another 300 females coming from the same gentleman, and just very frustrating. And so when
I would almost bleach that whole tub, Jim.
I am going to drink a gallon of bleach and
Urinate in it.
and urinate it. Yep, absolutely. I'm going to bomb the damn thing. So, but yet I'm still getting 40 or 50 babies a day on them. The babies don't seem to be affected. And what was interesting is when I threw those plants in, the basket that was closest to the plants were the first ones to go. And it took about 4 or 5 days for the other ones, which were probably about 2 feet away, before they started to become affected.
Well, I'm glad to hear that fetal alcohol syndrome isn't a part of Guppy's life.
What?
Yeah, because you said
They're
the babies are good.
They have built-in immunity.
Yeah.
We don't know that.
No,
We haven't seen them to
No.
adulthood yet. They could be window
Oh.
lickers for all we know.
Maybe this tongue will stick out. You
Yeah.
get more money for them.
Exactly.
They'll be cuter somehow.
All right, let's get going.
And I have one thing too.
Yes.
Do it.
Just so that everybody knows, in New York, the state, they are talking about basically banning the shipping of all live animals. So fish, birds, reptiles,
Cats, dogs.
dogs, cats, everything. US ARC is how I know about it. It's a reptile organization. Go there and sign the petition because there's all these rules and regulations, and they just basically want to ban everything, shipping of interstate. And if New York passes it, there's a chance that they could spread it around. So people that ship fish through the U.S. Postal Service or FedEx, UPS, everything, even it would even knock out airline regulations too. So you could not fly fish into New York, the state, from
That would be-
like Seagrist Farms or anything.
That'd be devastating to the whole fish community.
Can you
It-
imagine
it'd
the
be
amount of
devastating
money,
hobby.
the amount of money you make smuggling?
Black market fish, right?
No, this would be just normal market fish.
Normal market fish.
Like, bro, you want some neon tetras, bro? I got some Playcos.
Just come back here. Come in the basement.
Yeah, I can't wait to get that phone call.
You never saw him again.
Robbie sobbing in prison. Oh, selling some neons and now I'm somebody's bitch.
They don't got soap in fish prison.
Got greedy, dude.
Just be careful you don't get catfished.
There we go. Ah!
Oh,
Scrap out of the blue.
Oh, kiss my whiskers. We have a question actually. Scrap. Go ahead and just hit us live with that.
All right. So, speaking of guppies, I've been raising some guppies, and I had a spawn of about 30 plus out of one of my nicer females. But here's the kicker: is that about under half of them were non-viable fry, meaning they were either just little balls, or they were heads, or they had tails. Or then the ones that I've gotten most of them to survive were at least had an egg sac on them and then up. And so I don't know. Have you ever seen this, Jimmy?
Those are whiskey babies.
Yeah, she probably got stressed out and gave birth and basically aborted them. Unfortunately, I've had them too, where I brought some home from a pet store when I was younger, and I put them in one of those baby catchers, and she was so stressed out.
I hate those things.
Yeah, those little plastic things, and she was so stretched out that she threw all the babies, and half of them looked like little egg yolks, and kind of the same thing. So I'd keep her and let her try it again.
Okay, because those were fairly new tanks that I'd set up, but I was fairly certain that they were already cycled, but there was a whole new rack and everything, and maybe just transferring over, and she didn't like it.
Yeah.
For some
Try dimming
reason,
the light.
also, my females don't like, they freak out when they're in those, I get the big planter baskets from Home Depot. They're like $1.50. They fit perfect in the top of like a 15 tall or a 10-gallon tank. But when I'm above them, it's like they freak out and they run around. It's like they can't go anywhere. But if they're in the little clear baskets, for some reason, they're fine. I don't know what the deal is with that.
I think they just
So maybe
probably see you as a predator, like as a bird from above coming, down on them and stuff. Because when they can see you walking, they know it's you. But from above,
Okay.
they're probably seeing shadows and whatnot. You can throw in some moss or some duckweed or something for them to hide. or for them to seek cover underneath, and you probably have real good success.
That, and if anyone's
Okay.
listening, if you have stillborn issues, because I've had a bunch of it myself, live bears have a unique way of controlling when they need to get rid of, or any type of scenario that they believe needs to held on. Like I've had pregnant fish for months and won't drop them. Then I've also had ones that stress out, drop, just like you're having issues. You darken the tank. Don't be afraid to shut the light off. Make more space. Coverage of plants, like you said, the duckweed and whatnot. Darken that tank up, and you'll have great results.
Yeah. And you'll get the occasional female that will pass away giving birth too. And that's just part of it, unfortunately. I mean, when I've had 150 females going, I'd lose one, maybe two females a week. And unfortunately, it's just part of the business, I think. Hate to say it.
That's how she goes. Well, Adam, you got anything else?
Nope, that's good.
So we did an extended news and extras this episode. But Joe, I can't thank you enough, man,
Hey.
for coming.
It's fun.
So, Joe, we need to normally we ask traditional questions like what got you into the hobby, but I think we just need to know more about you.
Sure.
So, what is your background?
Oh man. Well, how do I make this nice and short?
Oh no,
Skip the felonies. Just stick to the misdemeanors.
I have a near felony, but I was 17 and doesn't count.
and it was with Prime.
That's right. So
And let's see. I grew up in Iowa. I grew up in southeastern Iowa. And then I moved up to Minneapolis in my early 20s, a little bit more than 10 years ago, to play music. And I've been playing music since I was 9. I started playing drums and cello, and I quit playing cello, but I keep playing drums. I picked up guitar and bass, and then I sing and write songs mostly.
Is that where the hair came from with the whole Kenny G thing?
The hair, honestly, I've had long hair since 3rd grade, and I didn't play anything yet. And I didn't know why I liked it, but I've always just loved the framing of, I just like it.
And then suddenly it was.
Exactly. I don't play any horns, unfortunately,
Oh.
but my computer does. So
Hey, Jimmy plays a didgeridoo, kind of.
I love the
I have
didgeridoo.
people that request that I not play didgeridoo.
Anti-request.
To be fair, it's also 50-50. You also have people that request you do. So
Yeah, there's
it's
a lot of.
very mixed camp.
We have a lot of drug addicts that listen, and they're like, yeah.
Drug addicts and fish. I mean, I know music and drug addicts. That's common, but fish.
Oh no, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got people that have like successful fish businesses that are hard stoners. Not saying names. You know
Not
who
me.
you are.
It's not me.
And
Adam.
you know who you are.
Adam. That's Adam.
Interesting. You know,
No,
it's
it's not.
So I pretty much built my whole life around live music. I toured nationally with my band Dead Larry in the 2000s, and then I started putting on a music festival, an outer space themed music festival, and basically bringing a bunch of intoxicated people together in a small area and driving around and doing that. That was my living for a really long time.
God bless America.
So when COVID hit, obviously those are the things you can't do. You can't gather, and and traveling is extremely difficult. So I had to figure out a way to somehow take my skill set and monetize it in a way and sell things that people wanted. Like, what do people want? People don't pay for music. Music is essentially free, on the internet. So I started writing songs for people's pets. It was a joke, fun thing with a friend. And
Who had the idea?
my friend Jess, she's my partner in my festival, and she heard the first song I ever wrote when I was 9, or maybe I was 11. I was 11, and was about my cat Tucker, and I played it on one of my
Oh, Tucker.
Tucker.
I bet you
Yeah.
that had a lot of things that rhymed with Tucker.
I didn't swear in it, and I normally don't swear, but Tucker was my cat, and I wrote a song about him, and I played it at some random show that just played it for fun, and she heard that, and she's like, "Will you write a song about my cats?" And I said, "Sure." Wrote a song about her cats. And she's like, "This is amazing. You should see if anybody else wants one." So I offered my Facebook. I just made a post. I didn't make a commercial. I just made a post, and then a dozen orders for people's pet songs. And I let people pick what genre they want it to be. So
Yeah, mine came up as a Facebook ad for some reason.
yeah, I later on I made an ad and I put it out there. But like the first couple months was just like, "Anybody want a song about your pet?" It's like,
Was there any drinking involved in this?
no, I quit drinking 3.5 years ago. So this was, I'm
So this is just you
I'm
being
California sober. you
This
know
is
what I
just
mean?
Twilight.
you. California sober.
This is like a Twilight Zone episode. Like, no, it's really working.
It's weird. Yeah, it's weird. And I didn't really realize how easy it would be for me to do. Like I can sit down in a few hours, really just like kind of pump out a song about people's pets, and everyone loves them, and I have no complaints so far.
Do you record them and then send them, or how
I
you
do,
it?
yeah. Pretty much record them as I write. So like I'll sit down and I'll be like, cool, they want a reggae song. Cool. I'll just like start playing some reggae, like that's good for now. And then I write a bass part, and then put in the drums and put all the stuff, and I just layer it all, and then it's done. And I call it the pet song method. And since I started doing that, I applied that to my other songs, how to write them. So I've probably written, including pet songs, I've probably written about 50 songs in the past 11 months.
That's pretty prolific.
Which is crazy.
Dylan's jealous right now.
Yeah, I mean, they're not all zingers, but I mean, they, it's like I'm going to be sitting there in my apartment anyway, so I might as well somehow get money from people.
That's right. Legal money.
Yeah, yeah. It's like I can, and it's wholesome, and that was what you were saying to me when we first talked.
Fantastic!
You're like, this is so wholesome, and then it's funny. I wrote a song for the show today, and it is the least wholesome pet song.
Wonderful. It's like he knows.
This is like the rated R version.
Yeah, well,
it's like he knows.
I feel like you don't have to. It's on the verge. But it's good. I don't want to play it yet. I want to build it up.
Right. We're gonna build the hype.
Yeah,
because it's not a very long song.
yeah, a little foreplay.
Yeah, exactly. Get people going.
Let's get everybody aroused. Yeah.
So again, going back to me sitting on the shitter discovering this, it was just like the whole 2-minute ad. Like, hey, do you love your pet? Would you like to touch your pet? And then I'm like, I'm in.
Yeah, basically,
I'm in.
I wanted to sillily make people be like, "Do you love your pet? Well, do you love your pet enough to buy it a song?" They're like,
Over. You
"Of
had
course
me.
I do." Yeah, but I with the music to the commercial is just different pet songs throughout them.
So I immediately started messaging. You were in Minnesota. I'm like, this has got to happen. We got to get you to do a pet song. And we're recording this ahead of time, but we also should be hearing our new Aquarium Guys theme song at the beginning with, I believe, some Scrap help. Is that correct, Scrap?
Yeah, I'm going to throw some tracks down and send them at our new friend here, and then he's going to incorporate the
Nice.
things that are tasty and to his
Evolving.
liking.
Evolving theme songs.
Hell yeah. So I'm
All right.
tickled pink to
If you
hear.
could throw Gilligan's Island in there, I'd be happy.
Listeners listening to this now are going to be like, wow, that's a great song. We haven't heard it fully yet. So I immediately said, hey, man, can we get interview? And you were good for it. So you came up for the night, and cold ass drive. You're a trooper. Thanks for coming.
I just stay in the apartment for months until it gets below -30, and then I leave.
You're right. Exactly. That's poor planning on your part.
Right.
So we did some trading, new intro song, advertisements on the podcast. So if you guys are checking this out, what is the website?
SmokingJoeOnline.com. So no G is important. Smokin' Joe.
IN.
Smoking.
You can't do
Joe.
apostrophe for the
Not in the
you all are.
Not in the UL. Yeah, not in the WW web, the net.
They don't like that
as
character.
it were.
Really?
No.
But Smoking Joe Online, I try to make it as easy as possible to navigate to the pet song order. I also make custom real songs. I wrote a song for someone's father that was like the most country song I think I've written, and I really enjoyed making that song. Wrote a song for New Love that met at like a festival, so it's all like hippie, acoustic guitars and hand drums. And then I wrote a song for good friends of mine that got married, and that was like funky synthy. So whatever you want a song, if you want a song about literally anything, unless it's unless it's extremely negative, it's to build people up, but humor is good.
So maybe not about your first love that you found in prison. No. Skip that one.
I can.
Wait.
I don't know.
He would write a song. He'd call it "Hold My Pocket."
Hole in my pocket.
Prison
Hold my
pocket.
pocket.
Uh-huh.
And it's.
I think there's an Eminem song about gerbils in prison. I don't know. I could be wrong.
So we're gonna change it to hamsters.
Lemmy Winks.
Hamsters.
Yeah,
Because we don't want him coming after us.
Right. He's too good of a person.
We don't want Disney after us. We don't want. There's a lot of people we don't want after us.
and Disney's listening.
Schmelta.
Always.
Disney's listening.
Always.
All right. Slight tangent. Jimmy,
So, yes.
I've been asked to ask you on air, can we please do a Getting Fish from Schmelta Airlines episode where we mic you up You go in, and we record the entire podcast for the entire duration you're waiting.
You might want to start a GoFundMe right now.
Just for your supplies, so you can make it through the night.
Yeah. You know what's really sad is that since COVID happened, I was not able to use Schmelta Airlines for almost a full year. And now I'm going back. They have all new people, and they've got an attitude. They seem to care at this point.
No.
And I've been in and out of the airport literally in 3 or 4 minutes, 5 minutes tops. And this last time, the only reason I couldn't get out there is they were trying to train somebody in. That's what took so damn long. But,
no way.
They've been good. But, give them 6 months, they'll drive it into the ditch.
All right. When it gets bad again, that's when we'll have to.
I'll let you know. You'll get a phone call.
And we'll have the censor button ready.
This is at the Fargo Police Department, Rob.
So, Joe, so you're on the aware, this man's on the Secret Service list because when
just once
Clinton came to town, he had a bad day and couldn't get fish and blew through their blockade.
Oh, wow.
So
it wasn't really a blockade, and that's what I told them. They were not impressed with it at all.
You were not impressed with their blockade.
No.
If a minivan can just drive right through.
I told them, I said, you look like a couple of farmers talking about crops. And I just drove around them.
They just happened to be in black suits.
They were not happy.
With sunglasses.
I was going through my divorce, so I was not in a good mood anyway.
Yeah, a bad mood will do a lot of things.
Yeah. Yeah. And
So-
it made all 5'8" of me think I was invincible. And I mouthed off to the Secret Service, but then luckily Secret Service got busted that next day and he got fired. So
It's all right. I think they were just onto something fishy going on. That's all.
that could be. They knew I was smuggling guppies up my buttocks.
Well, I mean, we're going to have to do something for New York coming up.
Yeah, there we go.
Now, back to the music, right? What has been your most challenging song or most noteworthy that you've done so far?
Oh man, I have a couple. People give me information about the pet that I'm singing about. A lot of times it's not their pet; they're buying it as a gift, and I will take as much or as little as they want to give me. I prefer more information to less. But I once made a song for a friend that was a gift for someone else, where all I knew was the dog's name and that it liked to fetch. They wanted it like bluesy. And I was like, okay.
Seems very vanilla.
That was the most challenging. And that song turned out great. It was like, I couldn't believe just how my brain was like, so how many ways can I say this dog likes to fetch? Like how many different words are there to make 2 minutes of content?
Ta-da.
and let's see, I made one with 2 dogs, a cat, and a lizard. And there was so much information that I just had to make it a rap or I wouldn't be able to get it through. I was like, I don't usually rap, but I got to say all this stuff about
it. Just went out.
Yeah, and it just happened, And I started making electronic pet songs when people wanted them, which kind of got me into making my own electronic music just when I don't have any words to say. Because it's great, just making music for music's sake. And, the majority of the music you hear in commercials or anywhere is all electronically made. So it's like, you got to get good at that if you want to get in the industry.
Now, what is your favorite genres to pick on if someone sends you a request? Because I know that, again, your background is a lot of like really good funk.
Yeah, funk and rock music. I like funk a lot, and I love rock a lot. I'm really into 90s Brit pop, so like your Radiohead, your Blur, Gorillaz, stuff like that. And I love doing that. Anything indie, progressive, rock, funk, that sort of thing. But I toured as a tour manager with a bluegrass band for 2 years. So I have listened to a ton of bluegrass, toured with a ska band for a while. And so,
wait, what ska band?
Space Monkey Mafia.
Ah, on your shirt there.
Yeah, I just have me wearing the hoodie today.
I just need to come up with better band names. I was like, we could do a band, Jimmy.
When I first heard Space Monkey Mafia, I was like, that's a stupid name. They're like, oh, it's a ska band. I'm like, that's a great name.
That's a great name.
Because it all depends. So I love all music. I can find an artist in any genre that I enjoy. I think it's sometimes a bit much when people just write off entire genres.
I'm gonna be looking up the Space Monkey Mafia because fun fact: my wife and I, our honeymoon, right, went to a ska concert for Five Iron Frenzy.
Five Iron Frenzy?
That was a whole lot of fun.
Nice. I saw Real Big Fish on their 20th anniversary tour of Kill Your Television, Kill Your TV. Is that the name of their album? And they were touring.
God, they have so much fun with the marketing department.
Yeah, they were touring with Anti-Flag, and I was like, yeah, let's go see these bands. Just look around like, we are old now. Nobody's running into each other. The mosh pit is very friendly. Like, just like, My sciatica.
It's not 2008 anymore when you can go watch Real Big Fish with a 16-inch mohawk and get totally screwed over in the mosh pit. It just doesn't happen.
Was that you?
Yeah. I didn't have a mohawk after that day. It was kind of like a mode hawk.
Mode.
Down.
Nice.
I mean, you never know where this is going to take you. I mean, look at Adam, not Adam Elmashire, but Adam from Owl City. And he's from Minnesota. Dated Carly Rae Jepsen, had several big hits, and now he's writing music for Disney.
I would
So-
love to write theme songs and pet songs and just like silly little things. As long as people know what they want, like I just like to do it. It's really fun.
So what is the most popular animal that people want their song about? Is it their?
It's all cats and dogs. It's like 95% cats and dogs. I have one in the that I haven't done yet. I got the order for a turtle. I finally have a turtle, which has been
Hell
good.
yeah.
So I'm excited to have some new words to use. You know, no more fuzzy, no more like pooch and puppy and kitters and all that stuff. Like, and it's wonderful. But a turtle, hedgehog. I made a hedgehog song. And that was really fun. That hedgehog has a personality, I guess.
Wait. Was it not Sonic?
It was not Sonic. The hedgehog's name was Tilly, but I do have a Sonic reference in the. I mean, how do I write a song?
You can't help it.
Shout out to Tilly.
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 Shout out to Tilly.
Yeah, silly Miss Tilly, the hedgehog, and I learned a lot about people's pets, and I have met some of these pets after writing the song. So I've like gone over to people's houses that ordered the song, and they're like, "Oh, hey, this is the pet that I know extremely well." I've
Did
never
you get your
met."
picture taken with a pet?
I did not.
You
I'm
should.
terrible.
That
at
would be good on your Facebook.
Yeah. Like here they are. Yeah, and it's I don't know what to do. Actually, I know that I have an album of original songs coming out first this year, and then in the summertime I was going to compile 2020 all the pet songs I can fit onto an album and release a pet song album like every year and just put it out.
Send it to Ellen.
Right.
Seriously.
I mean, she's got such great PR right now.
Hey, nobody else will go on her damn show. They're having a heck of a time getting people to come on her show.
I can't believe she still has a show.
Yeah.
Does she really?
She'll breeze
Why?
through it. She'll make it. She's gotten so much negative PR, and her viewership is way, way, way down.
Yeah.
What did she do?
Pissed off a lot of people.
She's just really mean, I guess. I don't really know the
Yeah.
details.
Yeah, she treats her staff like crap, and a lot of her guests, that weren't big name guests and stuff, and she always practices, always be nice to each other, and she's just the exact opposite, I guess.
I think that's the problem. I don't think it's like, another celebrity
jerk, yeah.
in Hollywood being a jerk to their staff, but I think it's the fact that the way she appears is not
Oh
the
yeah,
way
she's
she
like
is.
the alter ego
Right.
of
Right.
it. So
It's like kids don't do drugs, and then you go do drugs.
Which
hey, and I'm not in her field either, but yeah, she literally made people dance. You couldn't go on the Ellen Show unless you danced. It was a requirement. Like that person being an asshole, totally ironic.
See, I really enjoyed her show until she started getting a little political and whatnot and stuff, and that's why I watch stuff like that, because I get so tired of the news and everything else. I just want to be entertained for a little while,
Which is why we have fun episodes, Jimmy.
That's right.
We don't want all information. We
All right.
have those episodes.
All right.
yeah, I mean, I've learned a lot just sitting here. I mean, I don't know if I'll retain it, but I didn't realize how that there was a new booming shrimp part of
Oh,
aquarium.
huge.
Like, is this a new thing?
So, it just for your information, and
Yeah.
repeating for listeners, the shrimp hobby essentially started in the mid '90s, right? That's how it birthed. It didn't even hit the United States until late 2000s and 2010s. So, extremely new hobby
Yeah.
for people, and they're all these colorful decorative shrimp. You saw my shrimp wall?
Yeah, I was
yeah,
surprised.
all kinds of colors.
I was like, is that food? Like, no, people like shrimp. And that was the first. I was like, I didn't know people kept shrimp.
Imagine having a guy that his business is called Joe's Shrimp Shack.
I
He
heard
has
the
to tell
commercials.
people that he's not a restaurant
Every day.
continually.
Every damn day.
Well, I heard the commercials, and they were so funny and weird. I didn't think it was real. I thought it wasn't a real place.
We made it mythical, Jimmy.
That's right.
I was like,
Joe is kind of mythical. I mean, he's kind of like a
I
unicorn.
was like, is this a shtick? Like, is it because it was so.
Yeah, it's such a challenge too because none of the commercials are reused. That was something I learned early on with the podcast. Is I just tacked on the last week's. I didn't know there was going to be a new one. Rob's like, no, we can't do that. We have to
New
do a
every
new
week.
one every
A
time.
new Joe's Shrimp Shack.
It is awesome.
That's
It
awesome.
is so cool, and it's so challenging. And then there are nights where it's like 2 a.m. and I'm sitting there like, there's still no ad. And so then I go on YouTube and get some like stock background music and noodle on it and sing a blues song about some crustaceans.
There you go.
And then people love it. And I'm like, holy crap, people actually want that whole song. But guess what? I can't actually give you that whole song because it's royalty-free track. Unless I go make a whole new backing track. If you want that song, then we're going to have to redo the whole thing and write the whole thing out. But
See, that's why we
it
have
was
Joe.
fun to do for a snip.
We don't have any money, so just scrap that.
Scrap that.
Scrap that, scrap.
Anybody who has money, they're holding on to it.
No, we have a lot of fun,
You know,
even like this, because again, we record these in the past. So we sat down, and if you want to know how we make these, we asked the community to do this. So if you haven't joined us, go to aquariumguyspodcast.com. At the bottom of the website, you'll find our link to Discord. That's where we're actually doing this live on Twitch as well. But join the debauchery. We have a huge community there, and the people, the listeners, are responsible for the ads.
We'll make you a star.
So we had this lovely ad, and they basically stole it from a Doritos commercial. Commercial. They wanted to have Hicks eat Doritos, essentially was the idea. So they made it like incomprehensible. So, I mean, this is the little beginning.
My butt just puckered up.
I know, right?
Sitting on the Chinatown day, down in them playing town down crawl.
Hello, Carl Dan. I tell you what fella gonna keep me in that tank?
Yo, going on over there in that web on Joe's Strip Shack. And the fella say 15 on that order. I got crawl, scram, cholas, and then even got them backwater now.
Well, hot dang, crying out loud, Benny.
Well, get my scram around there, I tell you what.
Hey, no, bucket.
So yeah,
So come on down to Cracker Barrel.
that was an advertisement for Joe Shrimp Shack.
Wow.
So we go have a lot of freedom.
I feel like that's the same as playing with the musical genre.
100%.
Absolutely, like commercial genres.
You
like,
just have more skill.
See, I think one of my favorite Joe Shrimp Shack commercials was when Adam was looking at shrimp, and his wife said, "Why don't you just look at porn like everybody else?" One of my favorites.
or you can. I mean, I'm sure somebody's combined shrimp and porn. You can think if you can think of it, it exists. Right?
If not, you're hearing it first here, and we need it. Yes, just for Adam.
Sounds like
No. Don't need. Rob wants.
Oh,
dark web stuff.
dark web stuff.
Dark web. Can't
Well,
see there. Need a flashlight.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm trying to be patient here, but you got to share a song with us.
Okay. Should I do the song?
Oh, yeah, okay. So when you say the song, when
The
I
song I
talked
wrote.
to you, I said that you should give an example.
You
of
never
how a
finish
fish
with
song could
Freebird.
be.
You never finish with Freebird.
Never finish with
Never
Freebird.
finish. You don't start with Freebird. You finish with Freebird.
Right. So we talked on the phone. We messaged back and forth, and you wanted some ideas because we want to give an example on what you can do for our listeners as far as making them a fish song.
Absolutely.
So I immediately gave you a few different ideas, and I'm trying to remember what I gave you.
Well, I don't remember all of the ideas, but I do know what I decided to do.
Which was override your ass and just do
So
whatever you wanted.
I wrote a song about the flower horn fish.
Oh God.
Oh no.
Oh no.
And then there's a very special characteristic to this fish.
Yeah, they're
especially.
very pretty.
Jimmy,
This would be the time to put the kids to bed.
Jimmy, what's the special characteristic about a flower horn?
Their bump on their head. I can't remember what it's called.
It's called a cock. K-O-K.
K-O-K.
It's the round ball in the front of a flower horn's head, and how
A
they're
bubble
defined.
crown, if you will.
Right.
Did you listen to our flower horn episode?
I did not, but I learned a lot. I have to make. I mean, I knew I was going on a podcast that people know about this fish already, so I can't just make it up. Like it has to be accurate.
You had to do all your
information.
research.
We were like a bunch of 6-year-old kids saying how many times we could say the word cock.
That was what I do in the song. It was funny because you know Rob, not how many times, but at the same
I'm so
time,
excited.
No, we were up with 250, I think. You know,
Easy.
it's definitely not that many times. But it was. I am a pretty wholesome songwriter. I don't swear really. I don't. I don't really. It's anything I do is generally innuendo if I'm talking about anything sexual or anything devious. It's all just kind of, you can't really tell. So this is the first time I was worried, like the people that my neighbors are gonna be like, what is he? Because I'm singing, I'm making harmonies, you know what I mean? Like I'm doing this stuff, like and it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous songs, but it's named just K-O-K is the name of the song. So just cock is the name of the song.
I'm so
glad it's not named KKK.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be a different song for a different
Completely
podcast.
different
Probably
podcast.
wouldn't be
Not this podcast.
I
no.
feel like that's a line of like I will
Yeah.
not write you a song about the KKK.
That's
No.
doesn't matter what the money is.
No, it's like I'm going to be on the right side of history. I believe.
That's right.
And the cock, the song is written by most. I think it's almost entirely, if not entirely, from the perspective of the fish.
Oh God.
So,
Oh man.
It's like my birthday, Jimmy.
Just hold on so I can lawyer up, okay?
yeah.
Hold on.
So I wrote this song, and I wish I had more time to spend on it. I always feel like it's never done. But I kept it pretty simple. But this is an example of just simple layering, just drums, bass, I think 2 guitar, and then a harmony, and then I'm going to sing the lead. I recorded the regular lead vocal, and I'm going to play guitar along with it too. But I had fun, and I was surprised. I was nervous on my own writing this like kind of dirty song about fish. But it's
not dirty.
It's not. But okay. Here we go.
I'm so excited.
Let me just transfer over here. Words, just in case.
J4 annulling flower horns, if you're listening.
Flower horn. This is a flower horn song.
This song's available for purchase.
You can hear me? You got it?
We
hear you.
And I'm gonna make sure this is that
We are
good noise
good.
to you. Okay. Here we go. I'm just a flower horn, like this I was born. A beautiful protrusion, it is coming out my head. You see, this thing is bubble crown makes me kingfish. All the ladies want me, and I know that it must be 'cause I got a great big cock. Sending all the chicklets into shock. Shine a light on a great big cock and make a wish. Get a load of this 12-inch fish. I'm sure you want to know what makes this big cock grow. Better feed me right and right on time. Get a big old tank and see how big this cock can be. The more you play with me, you'll see this cock grow exponentially. Got a great big cock. Goddamn. Goddamn. Those chicklets in the shot. Shine a light on my great big cock and make a wish. Get a load of the 12-inch fish. You see, baby, I'm the fish of your dreams. If you treat me right, I'll give you anything. My vibrant color is shining like the sun. You can show me off to everyone. I feel like the world's gotta know. And you gotta tell them so. Stick with me. And there'll be the talk of the whole block, talking about this flower horn and his great big cock. 'Cause I got a big cock, great big cock. Goddamn. Sending all the cichlids into shock. Shine a light on my big old cock and make a wish. Get a load of this 12-inch fish. 'Cause I got a great big cock. Sending all the little cichlids into shock. Shine a light on this big cock. Make a wish. On this 12-inch fish. Woo! Yeah! Oh, I was nervous.
My God!
I will. I'll make sure. I'm gonna wrap it up, and I'm gonna mix it right, and I'll send over like a real Joe recorded version.
That
That was great, man.
that was
great.
that was way better than I ever could have dreamed.
And especially the goddamn.
I learned so much. Like they're they're translucent, so you shine a light, you can like see through them.
This is just.
Oh my God!
This is like Sesame Street. You learn stuff.
I did. I learned so much.
You know what? We're labeling this an informational episode.
And I mean,
My wife had to come downstairs to see what the was going on.
Oh God!
Like, why does he keep saying cock over and over? But it's true. I learned a lot. And I mean, as soon as they said it's a 12-inch fish, I was like, oh, man.
Oh, it was so informational, so exact.
And you know, to make a flower horn's cock grow larger, you have to play with it.
100%.
Which, I mean, it was all there. I mean,
Every line, everything. Hot damn.
Good goddamn.
Oh, you lost it, Jimmy. Did you have any clue? Because I didn't give Jimmy hardly any information about what was going on tonight.
I'm
Did
like
you
a
have
mushroom.
any
You keep me
clue
in
it's
the dark
going to
a
be
lot.
this good?
Yeah, this is great.
This is some of the best right here.
Yeah.
Joe,
Flower
holy
horns.
shit. You're right. That's Freebird. That was Freebird
Yeah,
right there.
you started with Freebird. I don't know what you're going to follow up with.
Right? Well, yeah, I mean, that's my fishiest song.
That's
And
his fishiest song.
That is, you know, and it was written specifically. So if you like that, I mean, I can literally write a song. I wonder, you know, fish are a different kind of pet. Should I move back?
I mean, it's up to you. Otherwise, if you want to showcase something of your normal work, I mean, this is your floor, sir.
Shine if you want to shine. Let her rip.
Shine like a diamond.
I mean, if that was just like, you know, not enough effort, like you feel like it wasn't done. I want to know what a done song is. Like, holy shit!
I just feel like I feel like it's done. Like I think the words are done. I just you know, it's not like a radio quality mix.
I'd ask that on my local radio station. In fact, I'm going to send it to him after this.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Please use my.
He's got a great big cock.
Yep. Shine the light. for the flower horns is like 55 gallons, and that's huge.
It is. It's actually
massive.
75 for the bigger ones.
75.
Yeah.
Because you guys are talking about like, you know, 30. You know, well, I don't. What's the biggest one here?
Oh, that one's 90 right there.
90?
That's a
Okay.
90 cube.
I have no idea what a gallon looks like in a tank.
Right. It's really hard to go after.
It's like when somebody tells me how many acres something is. I'm like,
Well, the one next to the bathroom, that's 60 tall. And that looks like a lot more tank than you'd think.
yeah.
Yeah.
I once, I guess my wife was driving, but we were once riding a 4-wheeler, and this was before I quit drinking, and we smashed into the side of an above ground pool and spilt 40,000 gallons.
I saw that on America's Funny Videos. Congratulations.
I don't know. They didn't film ours.
I love
wish
you,
that
Joe.
were me.
You are my Gandhi.
Wow.
It was so funny because my wife's phone broke after that, and I was like, "Hey, it's not every day that you drop a pool on your phone." So I had a lot of fun with the Great Big Cock song, and it was just really funny to sing that really loud.
Just as much fun, if not more.
It's very exciting, and honestly, I write different music depending on what people want. So I never would have written these words or with that tune if I hadn't got the prompt.
So this would not be a church project, is what you're saying.
So you know, if that's what I can do in a few hours with one fish and information about that, I can't imagine what, you know, a whole aquarium's worth of knowledge would do.
I can't wait for the music video someday.
Yeah, I mean, we got to find the biggest.
We'll
flower
travel
horn
to
we
you.
can.
We'll travel to you for that. We're gonna have a flower, like an actual flower horn on Jimmy's pant line. That's what we're gonna do.
You know what would be kind of fun is there's a commercial locally where all these people are doing the same song. So it'd be fun to have all our different listeners do a line of the song, kind of like, you know, look at Nickelback and Rockstar video. You've seen that, haven't you? Yeah, I want to be a rock star, and they've got all these people like Gene Simmons and Wayne Gretzky doing one lines, and a couple of the Playmate centerfolds from Hugh Hefner. And I think it'd be kind of fun if everybody did like a one line dressed up Goofy, and then put them all together, added them all up. I think that'd be cool. But yeah, if you've ever seen Rockstar by Nickelback, take a look at that, and maybe that would work.
We're gonna have too much fun with this. But Joe, do you have something else for us?
Sure, yeah, I'll play a.
You're gonna play one of your normal songs?
Yeah, I'll play a normal song. Well, it's funny because like the songs I play with my band, I don't record this way because I have a band to play them. So this is just all my solo stuff. So this is a song I wrote in the fall, so just a few months ago, and it's a happy sounding song about really sad stuff, which is one of my favorite things to do, to write a catchy song. You know, pop music does it all the time.
About dead grandma. Yeah.
So let's see here. Not that. Rhythm verse. Cool. It's just simply called the pop song. Goes like this. This time I'm walking out. There's nothing more to say. You've done it all before, and you said you'd change your way. I know without a doubt that what I want to do is stay, not throw it all away. Hey, 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 hey. You give it everything you got to keep this train from turning around. And we are here like it or not. All the love we found turned to heartache, and the mistakes that we made became too much to bear. And I'm afraid that the love I'm making will just get taken away. Hey, 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 will just get taken away. Hey, 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 will just get taken away. I want to come running back. No, I can't stand to be alone. Till then I'm done in black, and the road becomes my home. While we figure it all out, I will turn and face the strange. What we need is change. Hey, 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 hey. You give it everything you got to keep this train from turning around. But we are here like it or not. All the love we found turned to heartache, and the mistakes that we made became too much to bear. And I was afraid that the love I'm making will just get taken away. Hey, 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 will just get taken away. Hey, 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 will just get taken away. Will just get taken away. Hey, 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 will just get taken away. You give it everything you got to keep this train from turning around. But we are here like it or not. All the love we found turned to heartache, and the mistakes that we made became too much to bear. And I'm afraid that the love I'm making will just get taken away. Hey, 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 will just get taken away. Hey, 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 will just get taken away. Just get taken away. Just get taken away. Away, 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 away. Just get taken away.
Woo!
Yeah.
That sounded like my driver's license song.
So that's the pop song. And,
Take it away.
2020 was a hard year for relationships, and my wife and I had a bit of trouble. But honestly, like, we worked through that shit so fast and so well. Like, oh, you can bleep that. Sorry.
Oh no, shit's accepted.
Oh, nice. And I'm just super proud of us for stepping up, because I've seen a lot of really powerful people just like crumble under the pressure that was last year. A lot of relationships just didn't make it, and so hopefully that song resonates with people and makes them feel a little better. What was I gonna do? Oh yeah, pet stuff.
Pet stuff.
Pet stuff.
All right, you got to pick your favorite pet song you've done so far. Besides, because we know the cock song's by far your favorite.
It's definitely like the number one new one. Like I haven't showed that to my friends yet, so I really I'm excited to.
What's
hope they
sad
love it
is
as
you
much
have
as
to have
us.
an educational video beforehand. For people who don't know what a flower horn is, you have to have
Right. I mean,
like a little talk before you
Like-
the big explain.
I mean, who does? I mean, I guess I didn't know any of that. And I have
And you're now a better person for knowing that.
exactly. I don't have any of the pet songs practiced up really, but
That is okay.
I'm gonna sing it. I don't have to play it. I can just sing it.
I mean, it's up to you. We've had
Do you have one
groundbreaking experiences tonight.
If you have one pre-recorded, you can play it that way too.
Right. So yeah, well, let's just see what I got here in terms of my pet songs. What's on? Okay. Let's see. I guess what kind of genre we want. We got bluegrass, country.
We want your favorite.
My favorite's this one. I think still. Ooh, let me make sure this is. Oh, we know if this is too loud.
I got an adjustment. You're good.
About a cat named Mojeko Monaho.
Was born in the sky. She calls out to the moon every time she passes by. Her soul that knew the pharaohs and many lives before. Yet she's content to fast asleep, keeping our legs warm. Let me see what you're painting. I love it when you're creating. We'll lose ourselves in another story. Commit our lives to the allegory. Oh, Miss Moji Moon. You're headed for a real smack bottom. All 9 lives, you bet she's got 'em. Moji Moon pie. I'm glad you're with us down on earth and didn't pass us by. Moji Moon, it's you. You are a gift, and so is this. I can't stop loving you.
So
that was
pretty great.
That's like my actual favorite in terms of like it's a nice song.
It's
I really
unique
like
as
the vibe
hell.
of it.
So what did she request to get that song?
They basically just said something like soft and dreamy.
That is very dreamy.
That's very dreamy.
That's
You
like
know?
interstellar dreamy.
And then one of my favorites because it's so ridiculous
is the
it's
cock
called
song.
Beast. That song was called She Calls Out to the Moon, and that was kind of a more like actual sweet pet song. Somebody wanted a metal song about their cat.
Oh
And
my
they didn't
god.
specify which metal, so I did like 3 different kinds. And these are really easy to show because they're all so short, but here we go.
Hear the Metallica.
I feel like I'm at a Nightwish concert.
Oh hell yeah.
Cat metal.
Cat metal.
You know, we should satisfy everybody's needs. Do you have a country?
Absolutely, yeah.
We'll end it on country.
We'll do country.
That'll be good. We'll do country. Yeah,
I will
run the gamut.
I will grab this rubber mallet, hit myself in the forehead as you do it. But we have to be fair to everyone.
Absolutely. I wish I had one finished. I have one verse left of this brand new one, but this one. We'll do this one. It's the shorter one. Driving down 169, thoughts of a tater on my mind. I've been loving on tater. Can't think of nothing greater. Even though when I try to be so kind, you love me for a moment, then you scratch and bite. Tater was the runt of her litter, but she just kept getting bigger. Your mother loves you, she's the best around, the happiest of homes you have found. I'm gonna keep loving Tater. Can't think of nothing greater. Even though when I try to be so kind, you love me for a moment, then you scratch and bite. If loving you is wrong, I don't wanna be right.
This is great. It doesn't get better. Joe, you're fantastic.
Thank you.
This was fun.
This was more than fun. This was well worth it. And, you know, if you want to come to the Aquarium Guys podcast for the latest and greatest on the bleeding edge of the hobby, you're going to get great stuff.
Nobody else has this. Nobody.
No one.
No, it's us. We're cutting edge.
I haven't really done a thorough enough internet search, but I don't know a whole lot of custom pet song makers.
No, it's pretty much our little circle now.
It's weird. So if you want a song about your fish, or if you have cats, I mean, there are cats here, which made me really happy when I got here, by the way. I just love the cats.
And they love you.
Yeah, it was 5 seconds I was here. They're like, oh, hey, best friend. But it's just really great. So, you know, any pet, or if you have a more serious topic, or you want me to write a song about a story you had one time, like, I really, you know, I'm open.
Have you ever written a song about an ex-wife?
I don't have an ex-wife, but I'll write a song about anyone else's.
Hey, Adam, I heard you laughing.
So
Hey, that fits under the cat and dog category, doesn't it?
if you guys want to listen to some songs, go check out Smoke and Joe on Facebook. You have a YouTube.
Yep.
We'll have this link in the show notes, so certainly check it out. But, you know, $100 gets you a song. Get a song, right? If you're going to, you know, treat yourself during COVID, another round of stimulus is coming out.
Right.
Stimulate this guy. He deserves it for all that cock talk.
Cock talk. And, you know, and it's something that doesn't take up room in your house that's filled with aquariums.
That's right. You know, we should start a special, you know, that we have once a week about cock talk.
It's
kind of like
we should bring Jay.
It's kind of like The View.
J4 Flower Horns on for cock talk. We'll do it every now and again.
Exactly.
That's
New
hilarious.
segment. Well, Smoke and Joe, we need to have you on again. We need to do a music video in the future.
Well, we're doing it.
And we'll come see you next time.
Yeah,
You know, so you don't have
hopefully
to drive.
maybe at like an event where with people, there's music and people and alcohol, you know.
Real thought.
Used to happen.
We'll get you to do a concert inside a pet store.
Oh, man. I do pet songs in a pet store?
100%. I'll call Forest Lake Pets. We'll see if we can make something happen.
Surprised I hadn't thought of that.
Yes. Hell, we'll even see if Joe wants to do one out in this parking lot in the summer.
That's so funny. You know, I can make a song about shrimp.
Hell yeah. All right. Well, guys, if you like what you're listening to, go to aquariumguyspodcast.com on the website. You can get some merch. You could throw us a few bucks, or you could help out this. You could Smile and Joe over here and buy a song. We appreciate it. And, you know, as we leave, we want this last ode of silence to go to Jim's ex-wife. So until next week. Thanks, guys, for listening to the podcast. Please go to your favorite place where podcasts are found, whether it be Spotify, iTunes, Stitcher, wherever they can be found. Like, subscribe, and make sure you get push notifications directly to your phone so you don't miss great content like this.
Schmelz. Don't even get me started on this.